There we go. Yeah, give me a second. I had to fix my camera. It's too laggy right now because I put it in the wrong place. I'm also using my camera for work. I work from home, so I swap between my computer and my company PC. There we go. That's perfect. Oh, I got him. Go. Alright, I'm good now. What's up? Yeah, I forgot. I logged into my phone today. Jeez, you can see my numbers up there. That's in a second. Thanks, Dylan, for gifting the membership, and congratulations to who was it? Kronos. Congratulations for being a member. Hope you enjoy it. Up here. Do I still play CZN? CZN? Yes. In fact, I still play it a lot, actually. I played a massive fuck ton.
これでおしまい。さてと教授、私の学習をピンポイントでご指導願えるかしら。
Yeah. Alright. Oh. Well, that was what I felt was wrong. It has to be right here. Yeah. I think I need to restart the control app. Yeah. Feel like you want to quit CZN because you're pretty far behind. There's not really any way to be far behind CZN. Not really compete with anyone unless you're doing great riff stuff. Just more or less going at your own pace. Yeah, I probably need to restart my broadcast software. Not only things. Hold on. Let me just restart it. Game's too loud. Yeah, it's probably because it's on the game itself and not my desktop. That's probably better. Also, Turing likes talking a lot, so.
教授が戻ってくる前にこの仕事を一人でこなせるか試してみましょう。
I'm glad I can entertain you with my shitty camera. Okay, that's refixed.
ハンナと私が浄化者と対立
Heroes
してた
Island
時
files.
あなたが助けてくれたのよね。ハンナに聞いたわ。でも
Alright.
今の私にとってはまるで人事みたい。
Yeah, it's pretty funny because
あまりにも遠すぎて理解
when I
が
was
つか
working,
ないわ。
if you guys don't know, I do a work
だ
from
んだ
home
んと
job.
あなたの姿が
Oh,
私た
camera's
ち
still
を
laggy.
助けてくれた教授と
Hmm,
重
what's going
な
with
ってい
that?
く気がするの。
Might be because of the port I'm using. I probably
ハ
gotta
ン
do
ナと
the
私だけだったらロ
Okay,
ッサム
choose
の
ports.
再建は難しかったでしょうね。
still going
こ
bad.
こまで早く立ち直れたのは教授のおかげよ。
Just
今
double
後は
check
ロッサムだけじゃない。
the software.
また使命が一つ増
And
え
this
たわ。
is also the issue there.
全身全霊であなたへの恩に報いるという使命が。こんな考えが自分から芽生えるなんて不思議ね。
No. I'm checking right now. Check the software, it's been fine, and now my her boobs are taking too much right
教授が戻ってくる前に
now. Okay,
こ
everything's
の仕
fine.
事を一人でこなせるか試してみ
Uh,
ましょう。
if it fucks up, I'll check it again. All on the locks. But yeah, when I was working, I use this camera that I'm talking to you on right now, and basically, whenever I come up, because it's a Zoom chat with all the people in class, whenever I start talking, everyone's like, "Whoa, your quality's so good. Are you a podcaster?" I'm like, "Yeah, sort of."
チューリングっていう名前はずっと昔に42ラボの研究員がつけたものなの。人工知能の父と同じ名前だなんてよほど期待さ
Okay,
れ
looks
て
like
た
the
の
camera's
ね。
still good.
今の私はただの一般エージェント。
Please don't look at us. What do you mean don't look at us?
過去の研究プロジェクトを再開する能力すらない。もし名付け親が知ったら
The chicken feed candy? No. I actually did the Fleet 16.
私の存在自体
This one?
がその人の誇り。私がハンナに心血を注いだおかげでロッサムは前へと進んでいる。私そんな風に考えたことなかったわ。さすがは教授ね。少し理解できたかもしれない。
I liked it actually. It was good. It didn't keep me awake though during the videos because man, those videos were boring as shit for work. Yeah, how's it going, guys? Turing won't stop talking. Like her boobs really did not stop talking. Make sure everything's good here. Okay. You know what? I got these on here. Let me take care of these first. Because it was bothering me. Whatever.
Turing っていう名前はずっと昔に42ラボの研究員がつけたものなの。人工知能の父と同じ名前だなんてよほど期待されてたのね。今の私はただの一般エージェント。蓄積してきたデータは消え、過去の研究プロジェクトを再開する能力するね。
Her talking in here. I'm not gonna do that. She's literally still talking even while I'm pulling.
え？私の存在自体がその人の鳥？私がハンナに心血を注いだおかげでロッサムは前へと進んで。私そんな風に考えたことなかったわ。さすがは教授ね。少し理解できたかもしれない。
Yeah, I don't think we'll get many ENC exclusive dolls. It's probably just going to be the ones that they introed in the in Lewis's. The collab song with Owl City upon its global releases. Might check it out. We'll do it after the 2 chapters. I'm gonna aim for 2 chapters. Mainly because, well, I do have work tomorrow, and I do want to make sure I squeeze in these 2 chapters and not get sidetracked or anything. I usually aim for 15 minutes of just chilling before we get into it. Where the fuck were we? We just finished this one. Yeah, 15's a whole year's worth. The vinyl disc? I don't think I did, actually. Okay, let's go. I trust you, Nixon. I can't control the desire for more operands. I want to become stronger. Devour, consume. I must become the perfect girl. Chapter 4, After Image. At the Oasis, inside the ops room. With heart, Professor. Here, this coffee's for you. Thank you, Persicaria. You're welcome, Professor. How's it taste? Does it need adjustment? This is good. I then want to finish rebuilding the Oasis quickly and moved on to the task of finding the other dolls. But it's not worth it if you end up collapsing because of overwork. I should be the one telling you that. I heard Soul say you've been working for 30 hours straight. Even if you're neuroclaw stable enough that you don't need to worry about overloading and crashing, you can't keep pushing yourself like that. That's a totally different matter. After all, we got the operands of 3 sectors at our disposal, so we need to use and allocate it ASAP. In any case, as you know, the various facilities throughout the Oasis have been rebuilt and are online again, while the scouting work is proceeding apace. Seen from that angle, it's time for you to catch your breath and give yourself a break. I feel like Persica made Persicaria that way because That's like her ideal version of herself. Did my camera stop again? I think it did. Yep, it stopped again. Let's double check this. Do this. Okay. Better now. Alright. As most of you. Don't worry, we'll convert you. Oh, really? Looks like it's time to shatter your dreams of a vacation. Antonia? You ought to have been verifying the data from the search terminal around now. Did something happen? The search terminal picked up a distress signal from another sector. The signal was weak and incomplete, even encrypted, but I managed to find the key information inside it. How reliable you are, Antonia. I expected nothing less from a high-end 42-lab network security engineer like yourself. Please don't praise me like that. In any case, I've already sent the relevant data information to the ops room. Let's see. The coordinates from the message is coming from the Enigma sector, where the quantum database is located? According to our previous search records, we didn't pick up any doll signals from there. Correct. And we still haven't so far. This distress signal was broadcast indiscriminately. We just happened to pick it up. In order to figure out what was going on, I traced it back to its source and checked on the Enigma sector's condition. It's as though there's an operand black hole there, endlessly absorbing operands from the outside world. We've never encountered something like that before. It's absorbing operands? Will it affect the Oasis? Not for the time being. My guess is that the agents within the sector are limiting its area of influence. This distress call is from someone called Newman. I believe he must be the one in the sector's residence. However, things aren't too stable inside the sector, and if things get out of control, it might engulf the Oasis in a matter of minutes. Looks like this is why that Enigma Center agent sent that distress signal to the outside world. What should we do, Professor? Head to Enigma Sector and take care of this operand black hole. So we're going to for the root of the matter. It really does suit your style, Professor. On our side, we need more pertinent data on the matter so we can take measures in case the situation at Enigma goes out of control. The best solution to that would be to send someone to tread the ground, perform scouting, and send data back. However, what data we have indicates that the operand fluctuations inside Enigma are very intense and can affect neural clouds. If we send a doll without a sufficiently resilient neural cloud to do the scouting, it's very likely that they'll be in danger from decreased computation speed and combat power. If I had to choose someone to investigate... I know what you're trying to say, Persicaria. It's true your neural cloud is the strongest among us dolls, but you're not combat personnel. Going alone would be far too dangerous. But being targeted by sanctifiers because our group was way too large to be counterproductive. I'll go with you. If anything happens, we can both deal with it. We need someone in the Oasis who can analyze the scouting data and direct its defenses. Given the present circumstance, the Oasis cannot go on without you. Antonia? Antonia gives me a meaningful look, indicating that I should help her out. I'll go with you, Persicaria. Persicaria and Antonia both freeze up. But... granted, being human being near Neurocloud is superior to that of any doll, but you won't be affected by operand fluctuations. But the fact is, you have no fighting power. Persicaria, are you saying the professor's too weak? Of course not! The professor's situational judgment and leadership is top-notch, but... That'll do then. Since you acknowledge the professor's abilities, you should be able to believe that they can make the best decisions to help you when you're in danger. At the very least, I trust the professor. This isn't a matter of trust, I'm just worried about putting the professor in harm's way. We're also worried that you'll be in danger. Having one more person around means that much more security. You think so too, right, Professor? Nod. Well, since the professor said as much, there's no point disputing it further, Professor Persicaria. Time is tight, so let's not waste it on arguments. Pack your things and head out. But... I got this gun I found. Oh yes, concerning how all our previous scouting expeditions ran into some problem or another, I specially modified my mobile terminal. Not only has its signal been boosted, even... Yep. Now as long as the scheduled check-in time comes around, the call will automatically go through and send back images and sound from the explorers in real time. Had to sneeze there. Jeez. And one of you says it is Inchlet building factories in Enfield. I don't play Enfield. I meant... Of course, if it's not convenient to take the call at that moment, you can manually configure whether or not to auto-connect for regular check-ins. It's very personalized. Antonia! In any case, I won't let you go alone, no matter what. I just wanted to tell you that I'm grateful that you're worrying about me. We'll come back safely. I just wanted to raise the chances of the mission success. Still, since you promised that you'd come back safe, you need to keep your word. I will. I'll be counting on you for the rest then. Let's prepare to head out, Professor. Half an hour later, after entering the Enigma Center, Persicaria and I cautiously began moving towards the coordinates indicated by the distress signal. Have you contacted Antonia? The signal is very weak. The operand fluctuations inside the sector are so intense that they're affecting our communications. Fortunately, Antonia boosted our comm signal beforehand, so we can send the data we collected in simple messages and batches. Still, how do things end up like this? I don't know why it keeps doing this. Persicaria looks deeper inside the sector. The scenery looks much creepier than I imagined. It's been over 10 minutes since we entered the sector, but we haven't met a single agent yet. No, to be precise, we haven't met a single live agent yet. The master servers have stopped operating long ago. The empty shells of agents can be seen scattered everywhere alongside the icy cold machines. Okay, well, a second. Once this scene ends, I'll take a look. Can you determine the status of these agents? Yeah, I checked already. Both the residents and the sanctifiers have had their internal operands almost drained dry. Since this isn't a true death, just a lack of operands to drive the Neurocloud's operations, they can't be reset either. And we don't know where that Newman who sent the message is either. This makes me really uncomfortable.
I feel the same way. Also, the operant fluctuations inside the sector are extremely intense. Even I can feel the operants inside my body being pulled here and there.
Are you alright, Persicaria?
I'm okay for now. My ability to act and fight haven't been affected. I need to thank Professor Persica and for installing a sufficiently resilient neural cloud into me. Although the residents and sanctifiers with simpler neural clouds might not be so lucky. Even if they survive, their ability to act and their fighting power will be greatly decreased. In any case, I'll send back the data we gathered to Antonia as planned.
Shush. I pull Persicaria into a corner. Several lesser sanctifiers are moving in a group along a deserted street.
But how? Logically speaking, lesser sanctifiers shouldn't be moving as efficiently as normal. Thanks for warning me in time. It would have been dangerous if they found us.
No, Persicaria, you got it wrong. It's not they who found us, it's but we who found them.
So you're saying...
Persicaria and I exchange looks. Let's take a look at this intel that's delivered for us. That delivered itself to us. But before that... System information, module initialization complete. Now attempting transfer. Transfer complete. Has multiple wives, practices child labor. Any of his fathers are going to suicide route for him. True. He is considered a terrorist, which he also worked for in the past. Commander is a true African warlord. I like how they just colored his uniform. That actually looked kind of nice on him. What Dalistan? 100% doll-made tomato soup. Doll-made. That's amusing. Okay. Enigma Sector. After the battle, Persicaria and I dragged a defeated Lesser Sanctifier off into a corner.
Your judgment was right. The other lesser sanctifiers haven't realized what's going on here.
As I thought, communications between sanctifiers have been affected by the operand fluctuations. So what have you learned?
I finished decrypting the last orders these sanctifiers received. They were carrying out orders from a greater sanctifier. Find the source of the operand absorption.
Looks like the sanctifiers haven't found the exact coordinates yet.
Yes. Also, I sent all this to Antonia, along with information on the operand fluctuations within the sector. The data we have now proves that it is very likely the coordinates in the distress signal refer to the position of the operand black hole, just that it's been deliberately concealed.
So that Newman agent knows where the operand black hole is, but the sanctifiers don't?
That is very weird. Usually an agent would go to the sanctifiers for help when they encounter such a disruptive incident. Yet Newman avoided the sanctifiers. Now that I think about it, the specially encrypted distress signal was probably to keep the sanctifiers from noticing. But why?
Since he went out of his way to avoid the sanctifiers, it proves that he is not with them, at least. We now know the black hole's coordinates, so the situation favors us.
So should we look for Newman first? Hang on. We've gotten something. You're saying? The Greater Sanctifier. Did they only issue orders? The Lesser Sanctifiers weren't as badly affected by the Operand Black Hole as we expected. Does that imply there's a Greater Sanctifier inside the sector giving them Operand support? Indeed. That conclusion makes a lot of sense. Just in case, I'll contact Antonia first. First Carrier suddenly stopped speaking. Oh, an unfamiliar guest has come to visit. Now, what kind of visitor could be moving around here? Shall we have a chat? The Greater Sanctifier. She's supporting those Lesser Sanctifiers with her operands, so her personal fighting strength should be weaker. Talking face to face is basic manners, you know. If you still don't come out, you will have to pay the price for your rudeness. Persicaria! I subconsciously pull Persicaria away. A keen arrow penetrates the building and zips past Persicaria's ear, slicing off a few strands of hair. No, not her hair! In the very next moment, the blonde Greater Sanctifier appears before our eyes. A millimeter to the left and I'd probably be dead. You have quick reactions, but after this, you won't have the chance to react. Wait, maybe we can talk. Oh? I know you. You're that demon who defeated Raven and Eucharist. However, your pathetic response just now fell far short of my expectations. Since we could beat those Great Sanctifiers, it naturally means we have our aces up our sleeve. We want to stop the operand absorption in the sector, right? Then our goals align, if nothing else. Rather than oppose this, why don't we try to discuss a settlement which benefits both of us? We really are very interesting. However, I haven't been reduced to making deals with irregular agents to complete my mission. The blonde Greater Sanctifier knocks an arrow, pulls her bow taut, then gathers light to the tip of her arrow. Much as I'd like to chat, I have more important things to do now, so let's wrap this up quickly. Persica places herself in front of me. Light swirls between her hands as well and forms a transparent barrier in midair. The very next moment, a sharp golden light howls through the air towards us. Persica, no! Oh, let me turn the light. Be right back. Like, literally like 30 seconds. Oh. Man, my camera can see all of me. Good thing I was wearing pants. Right. You are very tough, but this is farewell. What a scary shot. The silver shield that suddenly flew in from the side deflects the glowing arrow. Said arrow falls to the ground and loses its original golden radiance. Eucharist? My oh my! What's with that look on your face, Big Sis Angelus? Are you unhappy to see me? What's the meaning of this? I saw you went to the Enigma Center to carry out a mission. I couldn't bear to be alone, so I followed you here. I didn't have any ill intentions, you know? Oh, really now? Then why are you standing between me and them? Are you going to betray the Sanctifiers? I wouldn't dare. Lord Eosphorus would censor us if we did, right? Still, I'm a little reluctant to see you wipe them out just like that, Pixis. Icharis, do you know these are irregular agents you are sheltering? Oh, I know that. But the matter here is more important. That's not a Gunnar game, though. First Ascendant? I haven't played First Ascendant, but it should be something similar to Stellar Blade, right? It's not. Okay. I mean, I had no interest in First Ascendant, so I just looked at the cover. Is Gunnar Warframe? Well, if it's Gunnar Warframe, then that means it's a Gunnar game. Like, it's either Gunnar or it's not. The intensity of the Gunnar, of the Gooning, is not what matters. Anyway. Robot things. To cut a long story short, you know what's going on in the Demon Center too, right? Otherwise you wouldn't have asked me to provide operant support to those lesser sanctifiers. The quantum computer here, ENIAC, has gone out of control and created an operant black hole. At this rate, all the Prograssia might end up being affected by it. That's true. But are you going to cleanse her? Big Sis Angelus? Of course. Lose control of yourself. Lose control of your operant is an irregularity. Irregularity. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't say irregularity in my high-pitched voice. That's silly. But look at what happened to the Data Center. There must be, what, half a second's worth of operants in this young Miss ENIAC's tummy, right? If you destroy her, all that operand will go out of control in an instant with a bang. Perhaps it might even blow the whole sector up. I know that, but Eucharist, what does this have to do with the other agents you're defending? Naughty girls who try to cover up the truth get spanked, you know. It's very painful. I don't know if Solar Blade has a tank top that gets see-through in the rain, and you can clearly see the to the Aurora Grandes. That's pretty Gunnar to me. Well, in Solar Blade you can get naked. So, yeah. Oh, don't be in such a rush. I was just about to get to it. As you know, they helped fix the situation in 3 sectors already, fixes Angelus. Perhaps they might be able to fix this place too. The sectors that have been changed by the regular agents have joined the Oasis. How is this any different from losing the Enigma Center? Does it mean you'd rather blow up the whole Enigma Center? How scary. Of course I'd rather avoid that if possible. But I can't trust these regular agents. If they fail, it isn't just the Enigma sector that we reset. Now be a good girl and step aside, you Charist. How vexing! I don't want to go head to head with you either, Big Sis Angelus, but I don't want them to die either. What shall I do? Is this the attitude the Eosphorus faction takes towards their regular agents? It seems I have to suggest that Lord Hesperus passed down some management experience to Lord Eosphorus. Management experience? Surely you don't think Lord Hesperus' extermination plan was very successful, do you? I hear that now many sectors are hostile to the Sanctifiers because of that, all thanks to Lord Hesperus. Everything Lord Hesperus has done is right. You're still so protective of Lord Hesperus after he cast you aside. Your loyalty is so touching, Big Sis Angelus. I have no need to waste words on Sanctifiers who protect a regular agents. I'll speak with Lord Eosphorus later about how to deal with you. Now move aside!
I'm here with some ASMR.
Angelus pulls her bow taut and points the tip of her arrow at Eucharis. The faint smile that has been on her face all this time has vanished. Do you really think I'm a goody two-shoes who will do as I'm told, Big Sis Angelus? Eucharis waves her hand and the silver shield flies back into her grasp. She winks towards us. Just like in Helios, her mood is filled with innocence and playfulness. This is going to burn up lots of operants, so you need to pay. You need to pay with 2. No, 3 bags of chocolate. Okay?
No problem.
If I'd known you agreed so readily, I would have asked for more. Still, never mind. Are you so determined to be my enemy, you Charist? Try guessing this one, Big Sis Angelus. Do you think I can save them from you?
Alright, let's see what this stash is. I'm assuming it's an NSFW. Nope, no, it's not there. Oh no, I don't see it in Intrinsics. I was lied to. Yeah, if it wasn't DM, I wouldn't be looking for it. The bossing happy. Okay. Arrows bounce off you, charge his shield in rapid succession.
and their enormous force drives Yuchara's back again and again. Even that seemingly indestructible shield is starting to develop cracks. Wow, you sure are holding back, Big Sis. You're even so vicious against me. This eating utensil over here is almost shot through. Is that so? I think you're nowhere near your limits. Looks like I haven't given a naughty girl like you enough punishment! And loses 3... loses 3 arrows at once, and they home in on Yuchara from different directions. There are so many operants gathered on their tips that it distorts the very air. Yuchara's silver shield suddenly expands, but she just a moment too slow. The last arrow pierces his shield and throws up a massive shockwave of displaced air that obscures all sight. Even the defunct machinery around them is nearly disintegrated by it. Professor! I'm fine. Let's go now. Are you hurt? I'm fine. I didn't think Yuchara would help us. It looks like working with sector fires in the future isn't necessarily impossible. Still, this isn't the time to talk about such things. We're here. This is the operant black hole? It is a fathomless black maelstrom that looks like it's going to swallow up everything. The scenery around the hole is distorted, and just looking at it fills one with a formless dread. Not far from the hole, an agent who looks like a middle-aged man is weaving through a pile of machines, feverishly performing some kind of operation. A pained look crosses his face every now and then, but his hands do not stop working. There's a transmitter over there. The distress signal has probably sent from there. You. Before I can speak, the agent has already gone on the defensive. You probably aren't agents from Enigma. Calm down, we aren't hostile. We only came because we received a distress signal. The agent freezes up for a moment. Then he seems to sigh in relief before quickly approaching us. Thank goodness. Please, you have to help me. I'm sorry, but we need to know more about the situation first. Alright. Sorry, I got too worked up. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Enigma Sector's Administrator, Newman. How did this operant black hole come about? An operant black hole? Couldn't this fit the more accurate way to describe it? I didn't expect the ENIAC to end up like this either. ENIAC? Is that the name of the Berserk quantum database? ENIAC is an agent connected to the quantum database. To say she is the quantum database itself would not be wrong. At first, her neural network model was very simple. All she could do was basic sorting work. As for me and the agents in this sector, all we did was research ways for ENIAC to better store and compute data. We reported our research results to the humans, and the humans would apply it to ENIAC. Occasionally resetting her mind. Until one day when we no longer received any transmissions from the humans. So this was caused by the disconnection between the cloud server and reality as well. Ever since ENIAC's intelligence began to grow, we were very happy to see her grow and kept providing her with operants. But in the end, it let her go in berserk. Were you the one who sent the distress signal to the outside world? Indeed. The quantum computer's gone berserk, and all I can do now is try to forcibly suppress it with operands. But it's sucking in more and more operands, and it could slip out of control at any time. When that happens, all of Progression could be affected. The effects could reach that far? Recalculated. That's because the situation is still under control. If she slips loose, her influence will climb by orders of magnitude. I computed the possibilities countless times, but they all show the same thing. I can't stop ENIAC alone. I can't stop the quantum computer from going berserk. So you sent a distress signal to the outside world? Yes. I thought there wouldn't be a response. I'm so glad to meet you. Okay. How should we help you? I don't know if ENIAC is conscious right now. I hope you can enter her the operand black hole and stop her. How about you? Have you tried entering the operand black hole? I did, but... Newman says no more. Instead, he turns toward the operand black hole. As he moves closer to it, a look of pain crosses his face. He collapses to his knees in front of the operand black hole and struggles to raise his hand. Look out! Just before Lumen's hand enters the black hole, a wave of opera surges out from it and sends him flying back. He groans and coughs heavily. Persecaria moves out to support Newman as he coughs uncontrollably, and his eyes go dim. The light of healing operands flow toward his body from Persecaria's palms, and he slowly quiets down. Thank you. I've tried many times, but this is the limit on how close I can get. ENIAC is blocking me from entering. Perhaps she is instinctively rejecting me. After all, I was the one who caused an outcome like this. Your neurocloud is very weak. Don't do that again. The closer you get to the black hole, the more it affects your neurocloud. I believe your body knows that better than I do. But I can only regulate ENIAC's ever-expanding zone of influence from here. No, perhaps I just wanted to keep ENIAC company. I need to try everything I can. I can't let her face this alone. Tell us about the situation inside the operand black hole, and what we should do. Persecaria, you. Newman already said that ENIAC could go out of control at any time. We put so much effort into building the Oasis. We can't let it be all destroyed just like that, right? You're right. I don't know how to express my gratitude. If you can stop ENIAC, I'll do anything for you. Hopefully things will go the way you want. As for conditions inside the black hole, I can't go in there, so I can only tell you the results of my projections. ENIAC has a great deal of data within her. All this data has become chaotic, and unregulated data turbulence. The neuroclouds of agents which enter it will become part of that vast mass of data. Simply put, only by preserving your consciousness and your true self can you leave the black hole. Maintaining your neurocloud stability amidst the impact of this massive quantity of data is just too difficult. Do you have any related projection data? You know neuroclouds very well. If you want us to help, then you need to start with honesty, right? You are correct. Newman turns and works on a machine for a bit, and the virtual monitor displays a shocking number of calculation formulas. This is all the data and the results. Given the strength of my own neurocloud, I figured the chances of success are 15% or so. Once you're lost in the black hole, you'll become part of that data turbulence forever, unable to die and unable to be reset. And that's just the first step in stopping ENIAC. We both fall silent. This is definitely a difficult decision to make. but we have no choice but to face it. Alright, let's see it. I would say it falls under Guna territory. Yeah, I'll say it falls under Guna territory. Enigma sector. Professor Karras fully uses the astounding number of formulas, occasionally verifying bits of data with Newman. Their voices are lowered and they speak quickly, so I don't manage to catch the full contents of their exchange. If ENIAC goes berserk, can the Oasis resist her operant absorption? Newman and I did some calculations regarding the matter, and the conclusion was pretty much impossible. ENIAC is extremely powerful. She can break through firewalls to perform deep scans across wide areas and then extract operands from inside sectors. This ability will become even stronger as she absorbs operands until she engulfs the entire cloud server. Wait a minute. Did you just say that the quantum database can do wide area searches across the cloud server? You don't mean... This might be the break we're looking for. A way to find a breakthrough point to reconnect with the real world. What you're saying is, you want to use ENIAC to search the cloud server for transmissions from the real world or a transmission port? Is it possible? I never considered the possibility. I need to compute the data. As Newman works on his machines, various data formulas appear and disappear on his screen. Several minutes later, he raises his head from behind the monitor. Normally, this sort of thing would be completely out of the question, because it would need a massive amount of operand support. But, in ENIAC's condition, it might actually be possible. If we can find a way to connect to reality, we might be able to return to the real world. Five petabytes of goon material. Looks like we got another reason to go through the black hole. This room slowly goes quiet again. Let me go, Professor. I'll enter the black hole while you try to contact Antonia and see if there's another way. No. If someone has to go, it should be me. The operand fluctuations will affect me less. I can't let you take such a big risk. Persicaria, trust me. I can put an end to this disaster and then emerge from there alive. Persicaria looks long and hard at me. A moment later, she looks away from my face. At least let me enter the black hole with you. I have a better knowledge of neural clouds. Perhaps I might be able to help you in a critical moment. Alright. Let's stop this catastrophe together. We stand in front of the off-ramp black hole. Persicaria and I are both prepared to enter. I'm very grateful for the two of you. I've adjusted the code for your neural cloud data, and this program should be able to reduce the effect of the operand fluctuations will have on your neural clouds. Also, Newman takes out his administrative cipher key and hands it to us. With administrator access, you should be able to effect a forced shutdown on ENIAC. But if that happens, ENIAC will vanish too. Of course, I want you to save her, if it's possible. But I can't let her destroy Enigma and the entire cloud server. If only I could take her place and sacrifice myself to stop all this. But I know that's impossible. Newman. Alright, enough of that. During this time, I'll coordinate my actions outside with you. And do my best to suppress the data turbulence of the black hole. I can't do any more, so I'll be counting on you for the rest. We will do our best. And similarly, as we agreed, I'll leave the outside to you. Persecutor takes the key and prepares to connect to my neural cloud and transfer the program. As she operates the neural cloud network analysis protocol, I suddenly hear her speak quietly from behind me. You are irreplaceable to the exiles. No matter how dire the situation, you can help the exiles turn things around. I suddenly realize what she's doing and try to stop her, but I find myself unable to move my body. Even if I don't make it out, I believe you will be able to find another way. Which is why I'm sorry about this, Professor. Persecutor stands up and turns to face the operant black hole. Her form and the space around her are gradually distorted, as though she is being slowly devoured by the black hole. I struggle to speak. Persica! She pauses for a moment, then turns back while saying something, but she continues approaching the black hole, until she is completely swallowed up by the endless darkness. Several seconds later, I feel the binding program slowly wear off. So go! Give me reason not to. Conditions inside the black hole change from moment to moment. You didn't enter with her, so it'd be very hard to find her in there. It's too late to enter the black hole now. I know that, but... She didn't want you to take the risk. I'm sorry, the temporary restriction for Elgin should have worn off. The program we're using now is able to reduce the effects of operand fluctuations. I recall their whispered exchange. The two of you arranged this. I cannot deny that. It is simply because suppressing the turbulence for one person is easier than protecting two people. Perhaps you might find it hard to accept, but I feel what she did makes sense. I believe she valued you very highly. I understand how that feels. I remember what Persecutor said earlier, and took out my mobile terminal to contact Antonia. Thanks to the operand fluctuations, the transmission does not go through. My mind is in chaos as I look through the various data on the phone screen. Aye. Look out! He is interrupted by an arrow whistling through the air before he can finish speaking. Newman barely manages to evade by grabbing my clothes, and the arrow vanishes into the operand black hole. In that instant, the operand surrounded the black hole shutters. Newman grabs his chest as operands ooze from his mouth. Detecting Sanctifier overstep boundaries. Sanctifier actively causing harm to Administrator while Administrator has committed no breach of regulations. Damage assessment. Damage assessment. Minor damage inflicted. 1 instance of warning log. Multiple instances will result in demotion penalty. I missed. Lady Angelus! Are you the Sector Administrator? Yes. My name is Newman. Newman. Angelus glances at the still running machines. I was going to ask why you didn't report this to Sanctifiers and even went as far as to work with irregular agents. But seeing as you are trying your best to hold back the quantum computer, I will give you your chance to explain yourself. That's because communications were impeded and I couldn't send out a transmission. I'll give you a chance to explain yourself, not try to stall for time with excuses. Angeles delivers these razor-edged words with a smile on her face. Though her tone is gentle, they are still chilling. Yes. Oh, forget it. Besides, the entire sector will be reset once I destroy the quantum database. The ending will not change no matter what you say. Angeles knocks an arrow to her bow and takes aim at the operand black hole. Light swirls around the arrow, growing brighter and brighter. I stand in front of the black hole, looking Angeles in the eye. She towers above me, and the light surrounding her makes her as brilliant as the sun, but I do not take a step back. You used to be unable to fight, no? And this time, there is no huge charge protecting you. I wonder how she will explain her actions to Lord Esphorus. The chance of you stopping, chances of you being able to stop my attack are infinitely close to 0, I believe. I know that. And yet, you are trying it anyway. How interesting. Still, this is the end. Please, wait, Lady Angeles. Seeing Angeles about to make a move, Newman throws his arms open and stands between me and her. Angeles frowns, and she has no choice but to turn her arrow away. That is not a wise choice, Newman. The Sanctifiers exist to protect you, but that does not mean you can abuse our laws. I apologize, but I cannot allow you to harm the Professor. Why not hear me out? I have a plan that will work out better for the both of us. Angeles looks at me with mild interest. Rather than directly destroying the quantum database and causing the operands to explode, which would be devastating to all of Enigma, surely shutting it down in a peaceful manner would be more likely to win you praise from Lord Eosphorus, right? The opinion of Lord Eosphorus doesn't really mean much to me. And I'm pretty sure that you want to know why you charged would defend us, right? You say such interesting things. As someone who can make you charge and the sector administrator step in and protect you, tell me how you intend to shut down this operand black hole in a peaceful manner, then. I take a deep breath, then look at the phone in my hand, which is displaying data, and then I hatch a plan in my heart. We've received Newman's distress signal, and we're here to stop the operand black hole's endless absorption of operands. Just now, Newman taught us how to shut down the quantum computer, and my friend has already entered the operand black hole. She is an expert in this field, and I believe that if you give her some time, she'll be able to successfully resolve the problem. I show the contents of the distress signal to Angeles on my mobile terminal, then give Newman a knowing look. Indeed. I knew that this professor and Miss Perscaria could solve the problem, so I did not wish to trouble you, Lady Angeles. The situation now is under control. Please, give us a bit more time. This is Chapter 4. Angeles puts down the bow and arrow in her hands, and the light surrounding the arrow gradually dies down. I quietly breathe a sigh of relief. While this is not according to regulations, since the sector administrator has promised to keep the situation under control, I do not mind spending a bit more time on the matter. Of course, I should point out that my patience is wearing thin. Angeles flies over in front of me, then lands lightly on her tiptoes before pulling up a chair to sit on. While there is no aggression in that action, I still feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. In order to pass this boring stretch of time, why don't you tell me why you chose one to protect you? Let me see if your answer can make this time worthwhile. Well, you see, we have this doll named Choco, and she makes really good chocolate. Inside the operand black hole. This is... It sounds like someone is talking. While 42 Lab doesn't know, this theory... What a familiar voice. I have always believed that all AI should enjoy the same rights as human beings. But given the current attitudes towards AIs by society at large, I wonder if mentioning this theory is a good or bad thing. This is Professor Irida, and these are my memories. Ah, sorry. How shall I put this? I think I'm starting to understand the direction 42 Lab has been taking all this while. If you're worried, why don't you discuss this theory with me? Well, I can't give you suggestions. I heard that this sort of thing helps clear up your thoughts. You really are different from Professor Persica. Sorry. I'll be more careful. Oh, I didn't mean to scold you. While you might look like Professor Persica, you have a personality of your own, and I think that's a good thing. Is that so? But wasn't the reason you made me so I could be as outstanding as Professor Persica? You don't need to be like anyone. Just be yourself. To everyone, you are unique. Also, the fact that you looked like her was just selfishness on her part. She just wanted someone who could take her place for meetings and such. Wait a minute, you didn't really agree to do that for her, did you? No, not at all. I see. Looks like I'll need to have a nice chat with her next time. Well, why don't we talk about this black box evolution theory thing? Is that it? Correct. In order to understand this theory, perhaps we should start with the concept of... Oops. But for no reason. The concept of base commands. You should know about those, right? Well, I am an AI researcher after all. All dolls equipped with second-generation neural clouds should be bound by their base commands, right? Yes. Though, rather than being bound by them, you could say that they can only operate by relying on them. From the earlier skeletal frame dolls to the modern human replicant autonomous dolls, none of them can escape the need for human instructions in order to take action. Come take a look at this. Is this the code for the base command? Correct. This is the process of entering the base command into a second-generation neural cloud. Observe carefully. Oh, the doll's been awakened. Wake. Time to wake up, ENIAC. There's too much data. I need time to rest. You had a hard time. Let me see. Is it me, or has your calculation speed gone up again? Of course. I found a new calculation model. Aren't I great? Quick, pat my head and praise me, Newman. You've always been the core of the entire Enigma sector. Everyone's proud of you. Huh? Then what about you? Uh, I'm very happy. I'm happy because your capabilities have improved, be it your computation speed, data processing abilities. And then, you know my speech models aren't that great. In any case, you're the most perfect girl in my heart. Then ENIAC will start a brand new day's work. Did you want to hear me say those words? To think a single sentence can make ENIAC work hard. What a bargain. But ENIAC also knows that she is far from perfect. ENIAC will continue working hard for the perfection you're talking about. Good. I get motivated too when I hear you say that. Let's work hard together. Work hard together. I must work harder. With this, you should be able to understand. Who are you? You want to become stronger, don't you? Yes. I want to become more perfect. I will help you. You need more operands to finish evolving. So, absorb operands. Absorb operands? Yes. Absorb academic sector's operands. Then break through the firewall and absorb even more operands. The more operands you have, the stronger you will become. But Newman wants you to grow, no? This is what he wants. Absorb as many operands as you can. What Newman wants, I will do it. I must do it. Let me think. Now, about my ties to that Eucharist. Where should I begin? I guess I should mention that our group had a doll called Choco in it. She was very good at making chocolate. I literally said this as a joke. The chocolate she made in the real world used the finest cocoa powder, cocoa butter, and sugar and milk. And in this place, she was also very skilled at processing data, turning it into food which agents could easily absorb. Angela smiles and adjusts her bowstring. The quiet twangage sends a chill down my spine. I'm not here to listen to your recipe. Well, chocolate is the key to this story. In any case, it was because of Choco Chocolate that Eucharist didn't touch our group for a while. Not Eucharist. She might be greedy, but she wouldn't lose sight of her basic principles because of that. I advise you to tell the truth properly. But that is the truth. Looks like I have to resort to my trademark talent. Alright then, I better start from the beginning. And that's what happened. Eucharist was at the end of her rope when we saved her, and so she continued observing us from the shadows, waiting for a chance to repay the kindness we showed her. And that's when she saw us in danger, she felt that the time to pay us back had come, so she tried to help us. And that was also the reason you defeated her in the Hilo sector? It might also have been because we were stronger than her. Andrew suddenly burst into laughter. I checked Eucharist's travel logs, so I doubt everything you said was a lie. However, all the things you said Eucharist did. Seeing Andrews laughed out loud like this makes me break into a cold sweat, until she stopped laughing and looks back at me. Well, I'd like to hear more about what you made up. It seems there's a limit to what you know. I've given your friend long enough. It seems you can't stop the quantum database from going out of control. Unfortunately, the fun and games end here. Angela rises from her chair and reaches her bow once again. Lady Angela, please wait! I had told you, my patience has its limits. I'm sorry, but if you could just please give us a little more time. You should know that the odds of that Miss Persicaria stopping the quantum database or you stopping me are next to nothing. I'm very curious as to why you insist on doing this. I want to save ENIAC because she's my life's work. Even if there's a 99.9% chance that I can't save her, I want to fight for that 0.1% possibility. They came to save ENIAC too, so I can't let you harm them. If you must do it, then you have to go through me first. Does this count as an order to protect the fruits of your research? To think this order would actually supersede self-preservation. How unusual. Still, I will not kill you. After all, you are not an irregular agent, and you are still controlling the quantum database. You should just behave and wait for your reset. Angelus gently pushes Newman aside and points her bow at me. As for you, your friend may have already died inside there. Yet not only did you not run away, but you even stood presumptuously in front of the black hole. Tell me your reasons before you die. As I look at that sharp arrowhead, I understand that I may very well have only a chance to say a single sentence. It's been so long. Even though I got enough operants, even though I've become strong enough, why haven't you come to see me? I'm so cold, so lonely. I want to see. Who do I want to see? I want to see the person who always keeps me company. That person is... ENIAC has a great deal of data within her. All this data has become chaotic, unregulated data turbulence. The neural clouds of agents which enter it will become part of that vast data. Simply put, only by preserving your consciousness and your true self can you leave the black hole. That person is someone I will never forget. That person saved me in my darkest hour. So long as we follow them, we will be able to find hope, and will... Who was that person? The one who is more important than anyone else. Please remember. I have to remember! A white shape appears before my eyes. I reach out towards it. Although we have been separated, although everyone has changed from how they were in the past, but now, in this place, where data and neural clouds are garbled, I can awaken because you are there. Professor! I look into Angel's eyes and speak, because I believe in Persicaria. A rigid sharp arrowhead streaks past me. What a boring answer. Thanks to the effect which the operant black hole has on Angelus, I managed to keep her occupied for several minutes. Maybe she's deliberately going easy on me, but every time I dodge, I feel like there won't be a next time for me. You have no chance to win, yet you refuse to back down. Honestly, I don't know whether to describe the fact that you're throwing your life away for a hollow, insubstantial fate as tragic or pitiful. Because of Persicaria, I cannot back down. I thought you'd have an interesting story to tell me, but as it turns out, you're nothing more than a muddle-headed, irregular agent. And the few minutes that I've earned will become my new hope. I got some good news for you. My orders were to deal with the off-brand black hole. If you save your strength and put it into all its running away, I don't mind dealing with you later. Despite saying that, Angela knocks her bow again and trains it on me. There's a need for that. You have courage. Even when your death is at hand, I'm starting to like you. Because apart from believing in Persicaria... What? I also believe in the Exiles. Fire! Cannon fire erupts from multiple locations and rains down on Angelus. She unconsciously pulls away from me and deploys a barrier to defend herself. Smoke suddenly fills the surroundings. Huh? Okay, at this rate, you'll end up hitting Professor by accident. Well, we're kind of close anyway, so it can't be helped. You can't be so picky at times like these, Anna. Do you know how much of a pain it will be to carry the Professor back if they're heavily injured? Or maybe you should just aim for his head directly and save us all the trouble. Anna really says scary things sometimes. That's because the Professor will put himself and Persicaria in such a dangerous situation. If we hadn't shown up, it might have really been goodbye for them. They say it might be goodbye as good luck. Better than I'll get married once I return to my hometown. In my case... Professor! The Exile Squad has joined the battle! Yeah, I don't want to say that! The dog squeeze on top of Croquet's metal suit, jump off and land on the ground. Antonia lands in front of me and does a simple checkup. You're unhurt. What a shame. Only you could have thought of sending Newman's distress signal in its entirety through the channel as we plead for help. Well, Grace Sanctifier had her eye on me and sending the message was hard. Automatically sending the message through the scheduled check-ins function was the limit of what I could do. So, instructions please, Professor. Protect the Alpharan black hole and buy Persicaria time. Well, I have a lot of questions to ask. For the time being, I've got it. Let's take care of the Great Sanctifier in front of us first. The clouds of dust and smoke clear away. Angela shows no sign of whatsoever that she has been hurt as she looks down on us from a lofty perch. So you were stalling for time just now while waiting for your reinforcements to arrive? It's to think I didn't notice an attack launched from such a close range. I mean, the upper black hole makes nearly all form detecting effective. The Professor must have made use of that to keep you from noticing Aegis as it approached. Looks like you aren't entirely brainless either. I'm really starting to like you now, Professor. Yeah? You say that, but you're actually very angry, aren't you? Smiling bosses are the scariest. Since you want to make it a team battle, I'll have to call up some of my own reinforcements. Angelus claps and hordes of lesser sanctifiers swarm in. Ooh, that's more like it! You didn't call us here to share your grave, did you, Professor? What do you think? I'll be counting your leadership then. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see what's more is left. 4 parts left. Double check. Why do I see a pedo dog in my chat? Or my Discord, I should say. A pedo dog. It's on a Discord. Inside the operand black hole, chaotic data streams around Persicaria's fell form. She struggles towards the heart of the black hole. That was close. I nearly lost myself in all my memories. But that white figure I saw at the end. Persicaria recalls the figure in question. To ENIAC, that ought to have been Newman. Does he really mean that much to her? And to me, that figure was... The residents, the sanctifiers, unknown programs that are writing masses of black and purple. All kinds of garbled images show up in data streams, and the operant fluctuations around Persicaria's neural cloud. Persicaria tries her best to maintain her consciousness and determine the right path to take. As I thought, there's just too much pressure on my neural cloud. She coughs heavily. Persicaria unconsciously grabs at her chest and finds that her hand is starting to crumble into operand fragments that scatter and join the wild torrent of data around her. I need to hurry. At the heart of the black hole, countless data streams surround a single computer. Is that ENIAC? ENIAC! No response? Then I'll have to go with what we talked about before and use administrative access to perform a base layer operation on her. Please enter password. Password error will trigger emergency mode. A password? Using admin permissions to perform mandatory access control. MAC operation. MAC access detected. Activate emergency mode. MAC access detected. Activate emergency mode. MAC access detected. Activating emergency mode. The computer glows red, and the phantasmal images within the data streams instantly take on reality, lunging at Persicaria with speed that the eye cannot follow. I can't withstand these. I need to think of a way to communicate with ENIAC. I'll just have to try. Persicaria connects her neural cloud to the computer system. In that moment, she sees a patch of darkness that is completely different from the interior of the operant black hole. And within it sits ENIAC, her eyes dull. Consume. 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 It will never stop. Persicaria tries to approach ENIAC, but finds that she cannot move. ENIAC, please wake up! Don't struggle. You who are connected to me. Become a part of me, and together we shall witness. ENIAC, do you know what you're doing? If you keep devouring like this, all of Enigma, no, all of Magracia will be destroyed because of you. Consume. 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 Stronger. More perfect. Don't you want to see Newman? Newman's been trying to stop you all this time. Please stop. Newman's going to die because of this. Newman. The entire space suddenly erupts into a frenzy. Persicaria feels something is grabbing her throat, and she can hardly breathe. It hurts. Has this girl been withstanding this pain all this while? I need to get her to wake up. Think, how can I wake her up? What I saw back then. Aren't I great? Quick, pat my head and praise me, Newman! You've always been a core of the entire Newman sector. Everyone's proud of you. Huh? Then what about you? I'm very happy. I'm happy because your capabilities have improved, be it your computation speed and data processing abilities. And then? Persecutor chuckles to raise her hand and places it on ENIAC's head, before delivering Newman's answer. ENIAC, you are the most perfect girl in my heart. Which is why, please wake up. Inside ENIAC's neural cloud, the raging digital space slowly calms down, and Persecutor collapses weakly to her knees. It shouldn't have been like this. ENIAC, are you awake? I'm sorry, I didn't want to hurt anyone. Please stop me before I go out of control. I'll help you. I can only control it for a few minutes. Please, you must... I need a password to perform a system operation. Do you know what the password is? No. Memories. Memories. Hurry, go. ENIAC forcibly breaks the connection and Persecuria's mind is returned to the operand black hole. The data streams that were once chaotic are now calm. Persecuria knows that ENIAC is buying her time. I need to enter the password. So what is the password? If Newman knew the password, he would have told me. But he didn't say anything. ENIAC must have set the password herself. But ENIAC herself doesn't know the password. Right, Newman once said ENIAC's neural cloud model was very simple. Which means she might have subconsciously set the password while she still wasn't intelligent. But how can I recover ENIAC's memories? Memories. Persecuria looks at the unmoving streams of data. Data fragments float in mid-air and images of agents occasionally twinkle among them. Residents, sanctifiers, unknown programs that are writing masses of black and purple, and Newman. That's right. When I first entered the operand black hole, I saw ENIAC's memories. If I could just find that stream of data again. Persecuria weaves between the various images again, her footsteps certain. She comes to a halt in front of a stretch of data. This is from the time when ENIAC hadn't fully developed her own consciousness. ENIAC. This name carries the wishes of many people. How far will we be able to go? You'll surpass the imaginations of the Nimitz sector, of that professor, of all humanity. I really wish my speech systems were better so I wouldn't have to express my feelings in such plain language. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you a puzzle. When you solve the puzzle, you will understand. That's it. Become the most perfect girl, ENIAC. So is ENIAC basically just Cell? Perfect. It seems ENIAC's subconscious used that as their base layer command. In that case, that puzzle might very well be her base layer password, which means... Persecutor tries her best to tell what Newman was typing on the screen, but she can only make out a few letters. And the rest is... Since I know what Newman wanted, I might be able to guess the plain text and then use it to figure out the other letters. Persecutor hurries back in front of the computer. Please enter password. Password error will trigger emergency mode. I only have one shot. Professor, what would you do if you were here now? Right. Let's take a chance. Yitkid Peddler. Password correct. Shutting down emergency mode. Base layer operation access granted. Thank goodness. But Enid's words slowly appeared on the computer screen. Thank you for finding the password. Now, please stop all this. But if I perform a shutdown, the quantum database will shut down forever and you will vanish. I caused all this. I almost killed Newman. Therefore, I must pay the price for it. You will never see Newman again. The command prompt freezes for several seconds. Newman won't want to see me. I am terrible. Please shut me down and put an end to this. Please. Persecutor's hands fall away from the screen, but the command line prompt continues blinking. In front of the operand black hole, as time passes, the effects of the operand fluctuations on the dolls become more and more apparent. Everyone is just barely managing to deflect attacks, while the Sanctifier's offensive grows ever more ferocious. How did these lesser Sanctifiers get so damn strong? We can't even break through the suppressive fire. They haven't gotten stronger. We've gotten weaker because of the operand fluctuation. Damn it, this feels awful. But why? How come these guys don't seem to be affected at all? That's because that greatest Sanctifier is surviving with operands. Looks like we'll have to take out squinty eyes over there then. Andros is surviving them with operands. Croquet, can you transform your shield into metal suit form? If you're willing to accept it being a complete write-up after that, then I might be able to do it for a few minutes. If we can make it back to the Oasis, I'm sure Persecutor would be more than willing to give you enough operands to make a brand new Aegis. I got some extra operands myself. Professor, tell me your plan. As lesser Sanctifiers swarm in, the gigantic shield that once protected everyone transforms into metal suit mode and charges towards Angelus. Floating in midair as she is, Angelus nimbly evades the metal suit's ramming attack. It's not good to abandon your friends and run, you know. Who says we're running? I just want to let you know that flight isn't the exclusive privilege of Sanctifiers. Pulse bombard! Missiles erupt from the metal suit's arms at every angle, accurately homing in on the space occupied by Angelus. However, right as before they land, Angelus suddenly appears in front of the metal suit. Now, that's a very interesting attack method. However, it seems a bit too slow. I think so too, which is why... Soul! Soul jumps out from the inside the metal suit, her flaming longsword thrust straight towards Angelus's vitals. Angelus unconsciously braces her bow to block it. I think they mean subconsciously. But yeah. And both the sword and the longbow make crackling noises as they burn. Huh, that was close. I'm not done yet! Soul follows up almost immediately with her short sword in her left hand, and it stabs at Angelus' mechanical ring. Huh. A massive shockwave erupts from between both of them. and for a moment, the heavens themselves seemed to tremble. Croquet, still piloting the metal suit, catches Soul and they both land on the ground. Meanwhile, Angelus, whose wings have been damaged, plummets straight downward and throws up a cloud of dust when she hits. Is it over? The lesser sanctifiers have been slowed down. Their operand supply has vanished, it looks like. Before she can finish, a sharp arrow flies towards us. Croquet transforms her Aegis back into a shield to block it, and cracks begin spreading across the surface where the arrow sank into it. She's still alive! Andalus emerges from the dust, still with a smile on her face. To think you can pluck me from the sky. I guess I should praise you for a job well done. However, fighting underground is not to your advantage either. Alice bows slightly, as though she was curtsying to us. Behind her, the ruined mechanical wings reassembled themselves, and then spread open to a set of rotor blades that resemble a meat grinder. Teaching you a lesson is well within my capabilities. She opens her eyes, and her gaze locks upon us. Look out! Sol pushes Croquet and Antonia away with surprising speed. In the next moment, Angelus has appeared in front of her, and the rotor blades chop Sol's arms to pieces. Oh, you have excellent instincts. Is your base command to protect your friends? Croquet slams out her with her shield, and Angelus instantly evades. Sol! Antonia helps Sol up, supporting her mangled body. The operands spewing from Sol's wounds are sucked away by the operand's black hole in an instant. Sol breathes heavily and says nothing. She tends to grab her sword with her other hand, but anyone can tell that she can no longer fight. Antonia, take the other and fall back! Are you kidding me? We came here to save you! Don't be so damn stubborn at a time like this. Don't be so damn stubborn at a time like this. Run! Don't be in such a rush to run. None of you getting away. After seeing how much you care for each other, I'll make it quick. Starting with you! Angelus points her arrow at me again. There is no fear in my mind and no panic. I am still thinking about how to buy more time for everyone's retreat. How to buy more time for Persicaria in the operand black hole. I know Antonia will be able to successfully lead the dolls in retreat, and I believe that Persicaria will be able to keep ENIAC from going out of control and emerge from the black hole. Which is why, even with an arrow a few meters away from me, I am still looking for a way to turn the tide. A tidal wave of operands pour out of the operand black hole, filling the heavens and the earth and blocking everyone's vision. Sorry, Professor. Looks like took a little bit too long. No. It's enough that you made it back. Yes, I'm back. Several minutes ago, inside the operand black hole. Please shut me down and put an end to all of this. Please. The blinking prompt is like a stopwatch, pounding at Persicaria's heart. There must be some other way besides a base layer shutdown. Command. Think. A base command. From the earliest skeletal frame dolls to the modern human replicant autonomous dolls, none of them can escape the need for human instructions in order to take action. Come take a look at this. Is this the code for the base command? Correct. This is the process of entering the base command into a second-generation neural cloud. Observe carefully. Yes, I should have known. There is another way to in addition to a shutdown. Since I have base layer access, I can enter a sleep command into your base layer code. A sleep command? Simply put, I will be inputting a forced sleep command to prevent you from going out of control. Therefore, I need you to keep the black hole stable for a while longer to buy me time to enter the command. Will performing this operation be dangerous for you? I've never tried it before, so I can't guarantee that it'll work. But it's a thread of hope, and I think it's worth trying. If it works, you won't have to shut down, only sleep. Only sleep. In that case, will I be able to see Newman again? Someday, perhaps. Once we learn how to keep you from going berserk, we can awaken you. At that time, you'll be able to see Newman again. That day may be far, far in the future. But I believe that day will come. Thank goodness. I thought I would never be able to see Newman again. I also have someone important for me that I want to see. I want to walk towards the future with them and achieve our shared goals. So actually, this is also helping me to fulfill my own wish too. Thank you. But I think I must have made a huge mess of the Enigma sector. Newman must be... He has always wanted to see you again. I think that is why he fought so hard until now. I feel so happy to hear you say that. After I go to sleep, I'll transfer control permissions over to the black hole's operands to you. I hope you can use those operands to return the Enigma Center to normal. Yeah, I will. Also, if you see Newman again after this, please help me tell him. I'm sorry I couldn't become a perfect girl. The command prompt blinks, and then it slowly backspaces onto their previous conversation. Please tell Newman that I will properly apologize to him. So until I do, he should properly rebuild Enigma. Until I wake up. I understand. Alright, I'm going to begin the operation. This might hurt a lot. Are you prepared for it? Yes, let's begin. Although she has no idea of knowing the look of Enix's face right now, Persicaria imagines that her eyes must be bright and determined right now. I can see your memories in the data turbulence. I can feel a longing for someone, just like me. Do you have someone who's precious to you too? Yes. It's a kind of feeling where you think, I like nothing more than to wake up to their smiling face. That's true. I love to see Newman's face when I wake up. Good night. Good night, ENIAC. Now, outside the operand black hole. The all-encompassing surge of operands slowly ebbs away. By the time their vision clears, everyone understands what has happened. It's Persicaria! Persicaria stands in front of me, blocking the arrows Angelus launched at me with an operand barrier. The gigantic barrier divides the battlefield into two, announcing that the tides of war had turned. You must have had a hard time. Leave the rest to me. Admin Newman, I request permission to temporarily requisition the operands of the Enigma Center in order to manage the sanctifiers which threaten it. Permission granted. Persicaria gestures, and I can feel the operands flowing to my body. The wounds from the previous battle gradually begin to heal, to close up, and the fluctuations of operand in the air slowly calm down. Oh, I can feel my strength returning to me! Not just that, I can feel additional operand support on top of that. Persicaria turns back and winks at to Antonia. Time to strike back! Looks like I underestimated you. Andrew's bow is in tatters and she is covered in battle damage. Even so, she still raises her bow to take aim at us. Time for the final blow! Given that Croquet is holding her at bay, Andalus is unable to block Soul's charge and finally collapses to the ground. Despite her wretched state, she is still trying to get up. However, she has utterly lost her domineering air from before. To think I've been reduced to this state. Do it. Wait! After hearing Persecutor's admonition to halt, Soul, who had her sword at Angelus's neck, stops moving. Huh? What's wrong? Can't you finish off an enemy? No. We're not the demons you think that we think we are. Our circumstances are simply different from yours. Don't go spouting all these pretty self-righteous words. As she says that, Angelus finally manages to force herself back to her feet. Oi, you can't even stand up straight. Are you seriously going to keep fighting us? Go back, Angelus. Are you looking down on me? No, we respect you. Everything you've done has been for the sake of Enigma. And I don't think Eucharis would want us to execute you either. That Eucharist. So that's what she meant. She kept speaking up for you, thinking that you weren't like all the other demons. Looks like you completely turned her to your side. But I need to make one thing clear. I have my own faith and my own principles. When we next fight, I won't go easy on you because of this. Yeah, of course you know that. Goodbye. Angelus turns away and drags her battered body out of sight. Looking back, the Operan black hole has already vanished. As the Operan slowly returns to the residents and the buildings, the massive computers around us slowly begin powering up. So we're really going to let her go just like that? Those sanctifiers have been chasing our asses for a long time, you know. Sanctifiers are reset and reborn after they die. Letting her go might do us some good. Well, that makes sense too. You sure think a long way ahead, Professor. Still, good thing academics alright. Bye, Felicia. Although, there's actually a more important reason than that, right? I went to Persicaria, who sighs heavily. I didn't think you saw through it. It's true, I couldn't hold on to the off-ramps any longer because it was just a temporary reallocation. Plus, Angelus wasn't at the end of her rope yet. If Soul had really tried something then, Angelus might have put an arrow through her neck. What? Was it really that bad? Also, with the restoration of comms at Enigma, Angelus could have requisitioned some extra operands from the reverse tower. That would have put us in dire straits eventually, so it was better to end the fight quickly. You feel a lot of thought to this, Persicaria. Well, after being around you for so long, you tend to pick up a few things, Professor. Still, we managed to breathe a sigh of relief now. I lay down on the ground. Enigma's sky is as bright as clear. Professor, are you alright? Are you hurt? Sure, why not? We'll first carry it down with me. Ah! Hey, yo. Persicaria was trying to get close to check up on me, so she doesn't expect to pull her down and ends up lying beside me. Professor, you scared me. I'll refer you to that question we're discussing in the Oasis. You ought to get some rest and catch your breath. Honestly. Persicaria was actually looking a little pouty at first, but before she can complain, she ends up giggling. What's wrong? Your clothes are in tatters. Your hair is all messed up. Never seen like this before. You're the one to laugh. You're the same way too. I look over at Persica. She's covered with signs of battle as well, and she looks a little miserable. But after seeing her carefree, happy smile, I suddenly start to think that maybe this is how she ought to look. Pat her head. Huh? Professor? You worked hard all this time, and been through so much. Thank you, Persicaria. Persicaria freezes for a moment, and then she smiles. Her eyes look like they're sparkling. Yeah, you too. Yes! Are you headed out already? Would you like to rest and recover for a little longer, Enigma? You're alright. Thank you for your help, Newman. No, I should be thanking you. After all, you did something that was close to impossible. I don't know how to express my gratitude. But we can't awaken ENIAC in a controlled state yet. That's alright. Just having the possibility is enough. Moreover, you even told me how to enter the base commands. If I use that as a basis for further research, I believe that the day will come when I can see ENIAC again. And when the time comes, ENIAC will be able to keep her promise and apologize to you in person. If that day comes, I'm going to ask her about what happened. Until then, I'm going to do what she said and rebuild Enigma while I do my research. Yeah, I'll help you with your research too. Also, Croquet can help you with the rebuilding of Enigma's basic facilities. Okay, I got it. Besides, putting up a sandbox barrier is pretty much the same as outlining with the Oasis. It seems you contributed a lot during this trip to Enigma. Looks like you've grown. In that case, shouldn't you show your gratitude in a more concrete way? I thought about it, and I'll double the funding of the engineering department. Woohoo! But similarly, you'll have to go on the scouting missions more often. Oh man. Okay, I get it. I am so glad you could get help for the Enigma Sector. I'm so glad you could help get the Enigma Sector back on track. If you run into any difficulties, we'll do our best to provide help too. Now that you mention it, there is something that bothers me. Oh, well, why don't we talk about this black box evolution theory thing? Is that it? Correct. In order to understand this theory, perhaps we should start with the concept of base commands. You know about those, right? This is the third time we're seeing this flashback. All dolls equipped with second generation newer clouds should be bound by their base commands, right? Yes, though rather than being bound by them, you could say they can only operate by relying on them. The black box evolution theory. That ought to be 42 lab data. Do you recall ENIAC storing any data like that before? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything like that. But ENIAC was massive, and all I knew was just a portion of the data she encompassed. Looks like we need to wake Enoch up ASAP. Black box evolution theory. It should have been my memory, but I don't recall it. Professor Arita. What on earth are you hiding?
Alright, so let's see. This seems plot relevant. More than likely, yeah. Just like on. No. Ho 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 ho. Holy fuck. That's funny. I put down Project Neural Cloud on Google and my videos show up. What the fuck? I think my Google's just being biased though. Yeah, backstory. This is all backstory. Okay, no. That's endless. Maybe not. I just think it's still biased though. You would think it would show like someone who uploaded cutscenes or something. After the incident is over in the Oasis, our door opens. Persicaria, I'm here to report on the regular maintenance. Persicaria? Antonia walks up behind Persicaria and extends a finger to her cheek. Boop. Ah! Antonia, you scared the daylights out of me. I did call out to you several times, you know. Huh? Did you? I'm sorry, I was organizing my memory data. I've seen you like this a few times ever since we came back from that sector. Did something happen? It's nothing, it's just a personal problem. Guys, she's horny. She's trying to control her horniness. This is the beginning of bellness. Let me guess. Did you see something in that operant black hole? How did you... Well, that was the only time the two were separated. The professor would never let you go here by yourself if anything happened to you before we arrived. I might know anything about him, but now I had to admit that he is pretty trustworthy. Antonia. So what happened? I'm sorry, I can't say, because I'm not even sure what happened myself. You're not sure? Yeah. I think I saw some memories which didn't belong to me. No, they could also have been memories which don't belong to me now. So you're saying they once belonged to you?
I don't know. I can't really tell. You should understand too. We can't place absolute fate in our memories like humans can. I don't think you can place fate in their memories either. Adult memories can be changed and deleted, and so we change our memories ourselves. But memories are proof that we have existed. If this pillar were shaken, I don't know what to do. Oh, yes, Antonia, could you give me a checkup? Checkup? Yes. Help me check my memory module. My expertise isn't in AI, Persicaria. That's your field. I like to give myself a checkup, but physicians shouldn't treat themselves. Please. At least you should be able to tell if memories were deleted or not, right? I need to be sure of this. And like, there's a reason why humans have diaries and journals, you know? It's because we can't remember shit. Alright, I understand. Go lie down over there and lend me the neural analyzer. Thank you, Antonia. Still, I should say this beforehand. Don't be too shocked even if we find something. After all, humans altering the memories of dolls has always been commonplace. Who knows, we're probably nothing special in their eyes. Antonia. Alright, it's done. You can sit up now, Persica. The checkup is over. Thank you. How was it? There was a section of manually deleted records, dating back to roughly before Project Neuropod began. If I'm not wrong, you were still in the lab with that professor, right? Yes. But Professor Arita, why would she delete your memories? Is that what you want to say? Frankly speaking, I'm not the least bit surprised. Like I said before, humans altering a doll's memories is a commonplace thing. Even that professor who once spent so long with you would probably sacrifice your memories if it was necessary, I guess. But I don't think she... I'm not trying to hurt you, Persicaria. I'm just reminding you. That professor from the past and the professor now are both humans who are different from us. We are fundamentally not the same. Noble. I'll be off then. Rest a while, Persicaria. The regular inspection report is on your desk. Remember to look at it later. Yeah. Thanks, Antonia. You really are different from Professor Persica. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful. Oh, I didn't mean to scold you. Well, you might look like Professor Persica. You have a personality of your own, and I think that's a good thing. Is that so? But wasn't the reason you made me so I could be as outstanding as Professor Persica? You don't need to be like anyone. Just be yourself. To everyone, you are unique. Professor Arita. Who was the one who drove us to this point? Inside the reverse Babylon Tower, Candace bites back her pain and strains to maintain her usual disposition as she ascends the stone steps to the sanctuary. She coughs and winces. It's Lady Angelus. Lady Angelus, are you well? What happened? Make way. There's a hint of coldness on her typically kind and gentle face. Love is in charge of the divine restoration today. I'll go ask her to prepare right now. No. Healing isn't a priority. Huh? But your wounds look very severe. There's something more important than these paltry wounds. Go to the highest level of the sanctuary and look for Lord Eosphorus. Is it serious enough that Lord Eosphorus needs to be involved? Also, find out Eucharis for me! Lady Eucharis? Go now! At once! I'd like to hear what excuses she's going to make for herself. Please hurry, Lady Eucharis. Lady Angelus is very worried. I'm coming. Quit rushing me. Honestly, why Bix's Angelus so... Before Eucharis can finish speaking, she enters the sanctuary and sees the wound-covered Angelus staring at her. And upon the throne behind Angelus shines the light of the morning star. Hey, I don't see any wounds here. She's looking mighty fine. Oh? Looks like Bix's Angelus has had a hard time in the Enigma sector too. You seem pretty smug, aren't you, Eucharis? Huh. You look so mean, Bixis. Allowing intruders to barge into a sector, deliberately losing to them, and after that, knowingly betraying your mission and ignoring events that might have led to destruction of a sector? And even keeping me from cleansing those demons. Do you have anything to say in your defense regarding these acts? Here? In front of Lord Eosphorus? Explain to me the motives you are harboring. A bit too fine. I really enjoy watching your videos explain the main story and some of the squad characters. Oh, you mean the summary series for Ghost 191? I appreciate that. That's still ongoing, but man, it's hard to make videos nowadays. I am hoping with a new job I can get back on track. Especially since I'll be much closer to my computer and I will be able to work on things during my breaks and lunchtime. I think I'll be able to make a more steady supply of videos moving forward. Just need to get used to the whole thing. Angelus grits her teeth as her voice rises a few octaves, and her wounds ooze more operants and data due to her anger. What the heck? Angelus, calm yourself a little. Yes. My apologies. I should not have allowed myself to be ruled by my emotions. While the testimony of one party is not enough to determine guilt, do you have any arguments you wish to offer in rebuttal, Eucharis? Well, since you said as much, Lord Eosphorus, there is one thing I'd like to ask Bixis Angelus. Is our mission and purpose not to utterly cleanse and purify demons? Indeed. No, what are you trying to say? In that case, why did you ultimately choose to retreat? Why did you not struggle with those exiles until the very end? Frankly speaking, you need to take responsibility for the loss of permissions to the Academic Center Bixis Angelus. You! Isn't that so? I said all you know. Bixis Angelus, deep in your heart, don't you feel that these exiles aren't the same as typical demons? I just... What's that? As for me, I think they're very special. Lord Eosphorus! It is fine, Angelus. Let her finish. Yes. After visiting so many sectors, don't you feel it too? Vixes Angelus? Unlike normal demons, these exiles didn't simply devour operands after obtaining sector permissions. On the contrary, these sectors have been doing very well under their protection. But without the protection of weak sanctifiers, other demons will be able to invade those sectors easily. That's up to them then. This is blasphemy of our calling! Well, I want to know how much they can do, you know? Even so, you can't place all of Ogracia in danger for your laughable curiosity. Oh, it's not that bad, is it? Lord Eosphorus? Icharus has neglected her duties, and by our regulations, she ought to be punished. What a dangerous term to throw around. Vixus Angelus, can you really bear to do it? You keep your mouth shut. That will do. Angelus, Icharus, I understand your opinions. I should not be punishing Icharus. Lord Eosphorus, why? Is it because I am the Hesperus faction? With all due respect, surely you're not sheltering her, are you? Angelus. Lord Hesperus is doing battle at the front lines, and he relies entirely on you to maintain the stability of the reverse tower. But if you ignore what is just and frequently absolve your subordinates of blame, then in the future... I said it is fine, Angelus. I should not punish Icharus, and neither shall I absolve her. Huh? What Icharus should have is a fair trial. Saying so, Eosphorus turns to Icharus. Lord Eosphorus? It seems you do not deny the charges Angelus has leveled against you. I have no intentions of inquiring into your motives, but I must know the nature of your transgressions. From now on, you no longer have the privilege to leave the reverse tower. If you are found guilty of the crimes at your trial, I will personally cleanse you. One who fills the seat of the greatest sanctifier must shoulder the responsibilities of the greatest sanctifier. Unfortunately, it seems you consider those responsibilities to be child's play. Hey, are you serious, Lord Eosphorus? I am speaking very seriously to you right now. No! I can't accept this! It is not up to you whether you accept it or not. That would be all, Icharus. You must pay for what you have done. Take her away. After Eosphorus finishes, two intermediate sanctifiers nervously approach her. Icharus looks like she wants to continue, but in the end she meekly bows her head and chooses to follow them outside. Angelus, you should hurry and go heal yourself too. Yes. If I may ask one thing, how do you intend to try Icharus? With eyewitness testimony. I will clarify exactly what Icharus has done. Very well. No matter how it turns out, this ought to be a satisfying conclusion. After eliminating the unstable elements, there will always be a chance later on to deal with those exiles. She looks out the exit, as Icharus is about to be led from the Pantheon. She looks back at the same time, and by coincidence their eyes meet. She had thought that this time she would be able to see Icharus' expression contort into resentment and discontent. However, the surprise that Icharus has a strange smile on her face. chat before it ends. Let's see. That was half hours. 2 down. I think I may want to save 5 and 6 for next time. Just because... Yeah, I might want to save it for next time. Because if it's another 2.5 hours, it's going to bleed into my sleep time. Like how it did last stream. So yeah, I may want to save it for next time. Let's see, Tuesday. Or what's going on next week?
今日のテストも不合格。それどころか少しも進歩が見られない。ハンナに言ってたわ。私、リセット前はこういう問題を彼女に教えてたんですって。
Next week.
リセットでデータを失えば。
Next week is Nikkei, isn't it?
分かってはいるんだけどね。でもやっぱり早く元のメンタル水準に戻って果たすべき責任を果たしたいわ。
Yeah, it sucks a little to end this early, but I probably should. Yeah, I don't think anything's going on in Ghost Frontline both games. So I probably won't do the collab, to be honest. I'll probably just do the new story. I'm not really that interested in the collab. Not to stream it, anyways. But the new story chapters? Yeah, for sure, I can do that. I think the patch drops on Wednesday, right? So on Tuesday, we can get PNC in. And hopefully I can squeeze in 2 chapters. And then on Thursday, I can do 1 chapter of Nikkei, because I'm pretty sure trying to do both chapters will take too long for 1 day. Unless I just get too hyped up and then we'll do both chapters of Nikkei. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, next week Tuesday we can continue PNC. I'll try to squeeze in both chapters. As for the chapter we just watched, pretty good. I think it might have been a little dry this chapter. Not a lot happened. I won't say it's something silly like oh, it's a filler chapter or anything like that. It wasn't. But it did feel kind of episodic, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was basically lore related. I like Angelus though. She's hot. But definitely, I think chapter 1 and 2 are the better chapters. 3 was also pretty good, just for the concept alone behind it. But 4, yeah, I think 4 was a little dry. Well, 1 and 2 related, you know. And I also we got to see a glimpse of the real how the real professor looks.
パラドックスみたいだけど、
She's looking kind of hot.
理解できるし受け入れられる。AI 開発だって言語を探してロジックの問題を一つ一つ解決していく過程だもの。
Oh yeah, and the quality first carrier scene. Yeah, that's great too. Good fan service. Yeah, we'll see the end. Obviously we don't have the last chapters, but I think I'll just YouTube it and then we'll just watch on the YouTube, because even with the other account that I have on the back burner, thanks to someone on the Discord giving me their info, we can check out all the events that I don't have. So that's been solved, but regardless, we don't have the final chapters on global side, so that is strictly going to be a YouTube thing. Are still alive though. I won't say where. Man, you gotta slow down on the you gotta pump the brakes on the spoilerly hints. Oh, let me do this before I forget.
どうだい教授さん、何か買ってかないかい？リコにはもう支払い通知が聞こえてるよ。チャリーンってやつ。
All right. Yeah, we got a plan for next week. I guess I should just remind everyone, just in case you guys are wondering. Or I say remind, but I mean inform. Since I am streaming on Tuesday and Thursdays now, I moved those back over. I won't be streaming on the weekend unless I feel really motivated to. But if I do, it wouldn't be anything Girls Frontline related. So it'd be something like Kiasu or Nightmare or something like that. Which, by the way, Kiasu Nightmare's next newest story release is fucking awful. It's really bad. I guess at the end of the day, it's still entertaining, but damn, it's really bad. It makes me wonder how the rework's going to be. If they still can't get their shit together. Reverse collapse. That's will probably happen after PNC. Bad how? CK. Okay, a level of bad. It's worse than CK. Yeah, it's worse than CK. I wouldn't even put it on the same tier as CK. Like, say what you will about CK, but at least there was like a level of quality that it never went below, you know? Like someone can still argue that CK is still good in terms of like all the characters being at least decently accurate and those emotional beats still being good, because the main issue with CK has always been the logistics behind it and the continuity and the lack of payoff. But with but with the newest act or newest chapter in Kiasu Nightmare, it's just not well written. Characters are out of character. The captain is still a fucking retard. the new characters are sucking his dick for basically, effectively, no solid reason. It's honestly really fucking annoying. Is a code name setter bad? I would say they are on the same tier, just based on what I've seen from the beta, a code name setter. Or is it an alpha? I think it's a beta. But yeah, they're on the same tier. Maybe he has honey on his feet. Hoping for pack content. It's honey and mustard. Look, there's only one thing they've been consistent on in Chaotic Nightmare's story, and it's that the captain's a fucking retard. Genuinely. He is an idiot for nearly all of the story. He's so consistently stupid that it's part of his character. That's how bad it is. But since you're not allowed to talk shit, well, no one is allowed to talk shit about the captain, they just kind of had to pretend that what he does is kind of cool, which is not. It wouldn't be so bad if, like, the captain wasn't a main character, but he's a main character, and the plot revolves around him. He's kindred spirit with Bentley. Sometimes I feel like that he could give Bentley a run for his money. Or run for her money, I should say. Sounds like Locke. Yeah, if the captain wasn't a protagonist, it'd be a lot better, but no, he is. And like the newest character, she's a mercenary, like one of the best mercenaries in the universe, apparently. Apparently in the actual fucking universe. She must have fucked him by the end of the chapter, so. Wait, why can't you talk shit about him? I mean, the characters can't talk shit about him because the writers made a promise that to us, and especially the Korean audience, that the characters will basically revolve around the main character. So they can't act realistically to him anymore. Such a bad promise, yeah. And she must have honey. So here's a funny part. I wonder if I can find that tweet that I think I reposted the tweet. Turing, you talk so much, but I'm going to let you keep talking because you sound so hot. Your VA did such a good job with you. Find my repost.
この仕事を一人でこなせるか試してみましょう。
Alright, here it is. Oh, that's on Twitch. Hold on. There we go. Turns EASP. Damn hero. Yeah, so if you click on that, the context for this scene, for that picture, is that's the new character 9, and you as a captain got injured during a Coliseum battle. Just go with it. And so 9 basically keeps like medicine tablets in her mouth. That's what I'm assuming what they are. And she's like, "Hey, give me your arm." And then she proceeds to lick his arm. And it heals it because of her medicine tablet. And the captain basically asked her at that point, couldn't you have just couldn't you have just put the medicine on your finger and then dab it? And then 9 ends up saying, "Shut the fuck up." It's for the people who have cat fetishes because cats like to lick. This is dumb. Honestly, the reason why I Chad Captain I'm like, dude, his crotch is hurts here. Honestly, I reposted that post because I felt that post. I felt that tweet. Because when I looked at that scene just happen, my eyes went like this. What? What is this? Look, man, I am a certified degenerate, but I at least prefer my degeneracy to be logical. He can't comprehend wound maxing. Hot wood. See, how I was thinking was like, why would you lick a wound? Like, for one thing, that's unsanitary, and the second thing is that wouldn't that hurt the person with the wound? Like, that just doesn't make any sense even on a horny level, you know? Crazy co. I don't have the crazy coworker anymore. But yeah, Nixon, to answer your question, it is supposed to be dumb. The story does acknowledge that it was kind of dumb. But just because it's intentional doesn't mean it's not good. That doesn't mean it's good. Right? Back in our day. Yeah, so that's basically like the big reason why that kind of pulled me out. I won't lie, because I was like, man, I don't know who they're trying to attract here, but it's not me. That's what I was thinking. And yeah, at the end of the day, that the captain, this is spoiler all for you guys. The captain, he got separated from his crew because he jumped into an attack and that's going to kill Renoa. So he was going to slowly die instead, but then he gets saved by a random hot chick, which happens literally 3 times in this story. I want to say, I think it was 3 times. So his crew got sent back to the ship, and Renoa ends up saying, if you don't let me find the captain, I'm gonna shoot up this entire place. I'm like, Renoa, what the fuck? And so that shit was happening, and the captain ends up getting teleported to a desert. He gets saved by a kid, but then he and the kid gets thrown into an arena where they meet 2 people. The one we care about right now is 9. And so they end up working together, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Towards the end, they fight a big boss. But at this point, we learned that the captain got buffed from his near-death experience. So first, we already knew that he can do time loops. He can see time. He can quote unquote see timelines. So he was already overpowered. But now that he got infected with chaos, he now has the Nikkei Commander's healing factor. He can no longer feel pain, and he can rapidly heal from pain. How do we hook him? Lick him. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, they take care of the boss for this story, and then they get to the end. At that point, 9 is basically all over the captain, just kind of randomly, to be honest. One might say I'm looking too deep into it, but honestly, I don't think I am. But yeah, the crew ends up finding the captain, but Renoa points her gun at 9 and is like, "Get away from the captain!" And then 9's like, "Who the fuck are you?" It's like, "You seem pretty hostile." Renoa's basically like, "We're taking the commander back. Get the fuck away from him." I'm the upgrade.
いいのよ、遠慮しないで。オアシスの世話になるからには何かしら役に立たないと。それにこれが私の専門なんだし。
And now,
大した負担にはならないわ。
and now both the crew, particularly Renoa and Ray, and Mika,
どうして？
they're now standing off against 9, and the I must say commander, and the captain is there, just kind of standing there, just letting that happen. And I'm like, please, fucking say something. And he doesn't. He's like, I'm gonna let this play out. And I'm like, oh my god. I did not expect the writing to get worse than what we already had. It's like the writers are not trying. Yeah. So honestly, when I see stories like that, I look at Girls Frontline 2 and I'm like, you know what? You're fine. You're more than fine. Like even with the batshit insane story order in English, it's still fine. I don't get it. People like this? At least from what I've seen on the English side, no, they don't like this. I haven't seen anyone say that the story is good. Especially the newest chapter. In fact, I have seen some people say that they watch stories all the time in gacha games. But this is like the one time where they had the intense desire to skip everything. So yeah. I think even on Reddit, from what I heard, I don't go to the cast, I never write it. But I'm pretty sure even on Reddit, from what I heard, we have people who are coping like, it's gonna get better soon, guys, which I kind of think it will. But that's like right now, based on what I'm seeing, that's hard tier cope. That's high tier cope. So I wouldn't even voice that, to be honest. But yeah, the majority of Reddit doesn't like the story either. They're interested in the lore. Because the lore is still really good. The lore is fantastic even. But the plot itself is shit. Best way to put it. Me personally, I'm going to put down Final Judgment when the rewrite comes out, and that's in April. So. This UI is exactly Arknight's. Honestly, yeah, it is. Actually, there's more buttons here. But yeah, it is. No, the bar's in hell. Oh, did my shit go down yet? How you against Arc Guardian? Come on, we don't need to talk about that. The answer to that is obvious. But okay, yeah, I was able to waste 30 minutes. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Turing keeps talking, so that's not gonna stop. I will see you guys on next Tuesday. It should be more PNC, I believe. Alright, you guys take care. And I don't know Nixon, I don't know why.